On the ransom notes and their legitimacy, he punted and said the FBI is the expert at that one, and he wouldn't comment. On whether this is a kidnapping, Will, or something else, he says, quote, "We believe it's a kidnapping, but, quote, you always consider all possibilities." Okay. The sheriff said in a local news interview, Matt Finn notes in his Fox News report, that they found a few different gloves in the area, some miles away. On this topic, he told Fox News they are not necessarily prioritizing every glove. For example, they're getting calls of gloves in Phoenix, a long way away. So news of every glove that's found may not be critical. When asked whether anybody has been ruled out, the answer was, quote, "Nobody is ever really eliminated." When they talked about the Rio Rico man in Arizona, Carlos, who was the DoorDash delivery man who got roughed up a bit by the officers the other night, and then they moved on. He said that he was a delivery person who was, quote, "in the area of Nancy's house." Quote, "More than one," end quote, "issue led the sheriff to the Rio Rico man. After talking, the sheriff feels satisfied with his alibi. So notwithstanding his "nobody's ever really eliminated" comment, it sounds like he has eliminated poor Carlos. Nanos will not confirm to Fox if there was forced entry at Nancy's house or whether the front or back door was used. He's still not giving it up on that. Nanos, of course, Ashley Banfield's reporting is that there was forced entry and they used the back door. Nanos said Nancy's blood was found outside of her home and Nancy's DNA was recovered inside, but cannot confirm that the DNA inside the house was blood. On the criticism that he released the Guthrie crime scene house too soon, opened it up too quick, he said it's not true. They got what they needed. Finn writes, "I asked him if they should have cleaned up the blood out of sanctity, and he said that's not their role. Said it's a slap to his team to say that they left too soon." Also says the deputy cars out front now are at the request of the family for safety. It's not that the sheriff is signaling they left too soon. On allegations that family members are involved, the family has been fully 100% completely whatever we've asked for, they've done. It was getting crazy out there with allegations about the family. You can't accuse people of a horrific crime like that and not have any facts behind it. But in the same interview, he does say that no one is ever really ruled out as of today. Nanos has talked to Savannah. He says they've talked and texted, but she doesn't need to talk to the sheriff. She has people. Quote, "The whole family has my number." Okay, that's odd. And then one final comment on the FBI. On reports in previous incidents suggesting they don't have a good relationship, he with the FBI. "You Google what you Google. You read what you read. I've got no response. I've always had a good relationship with the FBI. They're a good team. They're good people." And there was another comment where he said an officer, like a lower guy in the FBI, had said to him, like, "Let's not let the media divide us." It's not the media. The media is making the reports, but they're getting this from obviously federal sources who are not happy with this sheriff. Let's go to the substance here. I mean, I think it's very interesting the part about how he's defending turning over the crime scene. Guys, just today, I mean, she's not found. Okay, like we don't even know if this was a kidnapping or a murder.
Exactly.
So it's very disturbing that just any Tom, Dick, or Harry can walk up there, as one did when our own Phil Holloway was still there this morning filming, and a woman walked up. I believe we have this. Again, I can't communicate to my team when I'm remote, so forgive me because I don't know if we have this soundbite. A woman walked up and her dog peed on, yeah, here it is, peed on the crime scene. This is a neighbor. There she is. Her dog took a pee on the crime scene, which I'm kind of guessing that's not ideal. You guys tell me.
I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, didn't we just have a tarp and a tent set up yesterday to continue the process of this crime scene? Really and truly, that whole property needs to be roped off and secured until Nancy Guthrie is found dead or alive. That's still a crime scene. For some reason, we still, agents keep coming back. Law enforcement keeps coming back. For some reason, if the family is not at Annie and Tommaso's house and they keep going back there, personally, both of those need to be secured, taped off, nobody in and out unless it's an investigator at this point.
Yeah, because you tell me, Will, but you don't know what's relevant to look at for sure until you know what crime you're dealing with. Like you come in, do an initial survey, you take a guess, you proceed, but there may be something they learn when and if they catch this guy that then they want to go back into that house and check out again. And there's no reason to release it. Nancy's not in it. And if we get her back, she can stay with her other daughter, Annie, down the road.
Absolutely. It should be a sterile area. Megan, you're absolutely right about the whole area just basically being sealed off until such time as we can determine what's happened to Nancy. Because right now, she's just evaporated. We don't know where she is. We don't know in what capacity. We don't know what the motive was of the individual that broke into the house or individuals as yet to be confirmed. And ultimately, it really comes down to the fact that this environment needs to be left alone because there could be some subsequent information or intelligence that is brought to the attention of the Bureau or of the sheriff or to the sheriff that they may want to revisit the house and look for something. I seriously doubt within the last 2 weeks they've intrinsically and forensically gone through that house in every part.
Yeah, I have the same doubt. What do you make, Jim, of his comment about the family, saying the family's been fully, whatever we've asked for, they've done? It was getting crazy out there with allegations about the family. You can't accuse people of a horrific crime like that and not have any facts behind it. Now, this, of course, is a reference to Ashley Banfield's reporting week one. It hit on the Tuesday after Nancy disappeared, which was the wee hours of a Sunday morning, that her law enforcement source, impeccable, she describes him or her, high up, she says, that she's known for years, said as of that day, right now, the brother-in-law, Tomas, is may be the prime suspect. Now, she has said, even this weekend, just up until yesterday, she has said nothing's changed. She talks to this person every day, and this person has not said, no, we've gone in a different direction. And I asked her personally, let me ask you if this person's in a position to know. And the question was basically trying to get at, is this like just some rando in the FBI? Or is this somebody who's actually on the investigation? That was the implicit gist of the question. And she said, yes, this person is in a position to know the facts of the investigation. So you tell me what you make of that sheriff's answer, Jim.
Well, he's playing both sides against the middle. He's saying that, they've given 100%. I hate that, by the way, 100% cooperation or something, and that, but you can't rule out anyone. Well, which one is it? And so,
Yes.
right, we're kind of playing both sides there. And I did want to really quick go back to the comment, and he said that it's not their job to clean up the blood. Yes, I agree with you and Chad and Will that it was given up too soon. And now, by the way, when you go back with your white tent to get whatever, it's compromised. Okay, a defense attorney is going to have a field day with that. I mean, an absolute field day. And we are always taught, like, basic 101: don't give up the scene until you absolutely need to. And in this case, as you pointed out, you don't need to. Right? She's not going to be upset. She's not there. But to say that we don't clean up the blood, well, then what? Her family has to do that? Is that what we're hearing, Sheriff? That's okay? That her poor family's going to have to go and clean up the blood? Certainly you have crime scene people who have vendors that do, disposal and cleaning of crime scenes and terrible like suicides and stuff. That is a service that we are all familiar with through the coroner's office. They could obviously do that. And I think that's extremely callous. That's just my opinion to say something like that we don't deal with that and you let the family deal with it. I find that to be quite callous.
It's just, I also feel like, isn't it a little odd? I don't know, like to leave Nancy's blood sitting there. Like that's evidence. Don't you try to preserve that and like bottle it or, keep it someplace for trial as opposed to just leaving all those blood droplets on the porch? I don't know. It seems kind of sloppy. Even forget like what's kind to the family or sanctity, as Matt Finn put it at Fox News. It's like that seems evidentiary to me. It seems like something you'd want all of the evidence to be gathered, not any of it to be left at the crime scene if you can.
Well, we keep seeing too, Megan, we keep seeing that blue shirt that's been laying out there since day one. It seems like every time they pan on that porch, we see that blue sweatshirt or something that's been laid out there that they've identified. Why was that not even taken? That's so confusing to me.
Nobody
Any
knows where
type
that
of
came from.
clothing needs to be taken. Yeah, I mean, look at this. I mean, it's just like police 101.
Looks sloppy. International disputes, inflation, rising national debt, digital currency. There's a never-ending list of reasons gold has risen over 700% in the last 20 years. And a never-ending list of reasons smart Americans diversify a portion of their savings into precious metals with Birch Gold Group. Gold can thrive during uncertainty, which is why it's a crucial part of a balanced strategy. It gives you peace of mind given all the events that could impact the U.S. economy. See if holding gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account is right for you. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold. Just text MK to the number 989898 to receive your free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, just useful information. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, consider letting Birch Gold help you diversify with gold, so you too can have peace of mind regardless of the uncertainty. Text MK to 989898. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.